Hey everyone, it's Mrs. Smith and welcome to my virtual classroom here. So this is not how I thought it would go, but we're going to make the most of it and we'll do some pretty cool projects from the comfort of our own home, correct? So let's get started with what's expected and all that good stuff. So if you have not gone to school yet to pick up your bag of supplies, you will need to do so ASAP, okay? So you'll need all of those supplies to get started. And in that bag is also an entire quarter of your lessons, okay? It is all outlined right here for you, but I don't want you to jump ahead because there's tutorials that go with each of these that have more information on what you need to do, and I will be posting those links to, guess what, my YouTube channel, right? Who thought I would ever have a YouTube channel? But I do now, and I have 27 followers, thank you very much. And I'm sure it will go up more once you start spreading the word, right? So we're gonna go over everything of what we need to do. So I'm doing this video because some of you start my class Wednesday, Thursday in person, but you're gonna get the video version of me for Monday, Tuesday, all right? So let's get started with what's all in the pack and what's expected. All right, guys, let's go over this syllabus already, all right? If you have not picked up your supplies, remember you need to get to El Dorado High School and pick up your bag of art supplies that you will be borrowing, right? Because then I will be cleaning them all up for the next go around. So make sure that you get to school to borrow those. If there's any problem, make sure you communicate that to me, all right? Make sure please that those supplies are for you only, okay? I know you might have some siblings and they might see all the art supplies and want to use them, but please know that those are for you and then for the next group of students that will need to use those as well, all right? So keep those out of the hands of anybody but yourself, okay? Supply list, we're gonna go over everything that's in the kit in just a few minutes, all right? Now, one thing I'd like to stress to you is communication, all right? I need to be able to communicate with you. So let's go over some basic communication etiquette, all right? If I send you an email, I would like you please to respond somehow. Got it, thanks, you know, we're good to go. Whatever it is, 2 words, that's fine. 1 word, thanks. You know, anything is fine. I need to be able to communicate with you to know that you're receiving this material, all right? And likewise, I will always respond to you. And if you have any questions, you can text me, you can call me, you can email me. And again, you can do this all during school hours. My office hours are on here as well. But if it's after that time, it's not always a guarantee that I will get back to you. And if it's later in the evening or into the wee hours of the morning, I will not, okay? So during summer school, I had people texting me at 2:50 in the morning. What? I know, it was nuts. So I can't do that, okay? So please do not do that because I might get a little angry. So let's not do that, and let's communicate as often as we can because I want you to succeed at this online class, okay? I know it's difficult, but we can do this together and we will be able to get all this done if we just communicate with each other, all right? So I want to make clear right now. If you need an extension, if you don't understand something, please email me or text or call me, whatever it is, all right? My information is all in the Google Classroom as well as on your handouts. Your attendance is key, all right? So you need to sign on and to the Google Meet every day, and you'll be like it's in the classroom, but it's in the comfort of your own home, okay? So you will need to stay with the camera on the entire class time. And if you do need to take a break for some reason, I need you to message me and let me know privately, okay? So let's be clear on that. I have to be able to say that you attended this class in order to get credit so you can graduate, right? So I want you to make sure and you understand that you have to stay logged in for this class, okay? You will have daily bell work, okay? So it might be some simple little video that you're answering a couple questions or something, okay? So you'll be working on that while I do roll and all that good stuff before we go over what the project is and what's due, all right? All of your projects have handouts, okay? There's usually 2 pages for each project. One page will be a bio of the artist that we are looking at, and then the second page will have all the directions for the project. But you can't jump ahead even though all the projects are in your pack, because every project has a tutorial YouTube, all right? So I have a YouTube channel, right? You're gonna get your tutorials from my YouTube channel that I will put the link in there for you, all right? Don't be like excited, okay? It's just pretty straightforward stuff, all right? So we will have that for you to look at. Then you will also be required to do rough drafts for each project. So you will have that little sketchbook that is in your art kit. What you'll have to do is rough drafts on there, and what you just send that in to me, and I either give you feedback as far as, hey, you need to add this, or, oh, this is fantastic, you're good to go. Whatever it is, you need that approval from me on your rough draft before you proceed to the final project, okay? So you will be graded on rough drafts, and rough drafts are due, and I'll have due dates in there, and then you can proceed. Watch the tutorial before you start any of it, because it helps you with the rough drafts as well, okay? So just so we're clear on that, that's what's due for each project. Some projects will have worksheets. There's only a couple of them that have worksheets that you'll fill out, photograph, and send to me. So everything will require you to photograph it and to either text it or email to me, and make sure your name is on everything, okay? Let's go over grading and how I grade a project. I go over the content. How well did you follow directions? Did you kind of do your own thing and not pay attention to any of the directions? I am going to be looking for that, okay? Execution, that means on how well did you actually draw it out. Even if you're not the world's best artist, I want to know how you went about doing it. Did you put a subject in there? Did you put a background? Did you do something in the foreground? You know, all of those things, make sure you executed that correctly. Neatness counts too. If you have smudge marks everywhere, go in and clean that up afterwards, all right? Get that looking really good. Be proud of your work. And then last is originality, okay? I want you to come up with ideas. It's okay to look at other things for reference and to draw some things out, but make it your own. Add something, do something a little bit different to make it your own. It's like plagiarism in art, okay? So I don't want you to straight up copy somebody else's artwork. Late assignments, 10 points is deducted for every day something is late. All right, so make sure you get your assignments into me. I do give you plenty of time, so make sure you get those into me. Your final exam is worth 100 points, and it's based on all of your handouts. So there will be information in that whole group of handouts. Of course, it's open notes, so all you have to do is take your time and scan through everything. I'm sure you've memorized it all by then. And you'll have your answers. There's no reason why everybody should not ace that final exam, okay? And then make sure you refer to your student handout, policy book on everything, attendance, grades, all of that. So make sure that you go over that as well. All right, let's go over everything that is in the handouts, okay? And in your art kit that you're gonna pick up. This is, like I said, an entire quarter worth of projects, all right? First page has all of my information on how you can contact me. All right, so all of that important information down here to email, text, call, all of that. And then your next page has your supply list. It's everything that's in your kit that we'll go over. So that's everything that's in your kit. Take a look again, sorry. The top part is what has to be returned. This part down here, you do not need to return all of that. Now, projects and mediums. This is important because every project is done with a different supply, right? So your medium could be watercolors, crayon, colored pencils. So that's what you're using to create the art, is your medium. It also tells you what art board you would need to use. Is it watercolor? Is it poster board? All of that. So definitely refer to this because you don't want to use the wrong paper. I have given everybody one extra sheet of both the poster board and the watercolor paper, all right, just in case you mess up, but do refer to this. This is important. We just went over the syllabus, and then the rest of your projects are all in here. Everything is numbered at the bottom, so if for some reason you drop this whole thing, you can get it back in order. You also have a PDF file of this that is in your materials portion of the Google Classroom, all right? So every project will have, like I said, some bio on the artist with reference work that you can look at. And then the second page will have the directions on how to do everything. So not just this, but I will be putting a link to the YouTube tutorials that will also have the information and additional information. So if you're just using this without the tutorials, you will not be getting an A on the project, all right? You do have to look at those tutorials because it shows you what you need to do for rough drafts and all of that. So before you start anything, before you turn in rough drafts to me, watch the tutorial and then start your project, all right? There are a few projects in here that have handouts, and we'll go over some of those because they're gonna be your first projects and your last projects, okay? Okay, now we're gonna go over everything that was included in your art kit. Besides that packet that has all the information, you should have your ruler, a pencil and an eraser. You should have a glue stick, and then you should also have an ebony pencil, a smudge stick, as well as a sketch and wash pencil. So hang on to that because we're not going to use that for a little bit. You will have colored pencils, a brand new set of crayons. You should have a watercolor kit, also a set of Sharpies, oil pastels, and that'll be our first main project. We will be using the oil pastels. You will have 3 black Sharpies, okay? You will have the ultra fine, the fine, and then the thick Sharpie. You will have an extra wide paintbrush for watercolors, and you will have a pair of scissors. As far as paper goes, you will have your sketchbook that all the rough drafts will be done on. This will be photographed again and sent in. You have a pack of color paper for one of the projects. And then you have 2 sets of boards, okay? One of these is poster boards. Poster boards have a dull and a glossy side. Make sure that you are always using the dull side for your projects. This is really important, okay? So dull side for the poster board. And then your watercolor paper is the smaller paper, and it has a texture to it. That's actually called the tooth of a paper, okay? When somebody says, does it have a tooth? Now you know. All right, so that's the paper that's involved as well in your kit. So if you have any questions about what is included, remember, communicate, call me, message me, let me know. All right. Your first project for day 1 is called 100 Little Things. And if you haven't picked up your art kit yet, that's okay. You can do this project on any paper that you have available, all right? And I'm sure you have a pencil or a pen that you can work on this project. So get those art supplies though, because we do start in with them tomorrow, all right? So day 1, 100 little things. There is a list in your assignments of 100 little items that I would like you to do thumbnail sketches. Thumbnail sketches mean they're about the size of your thumbnail, maybe 1 inch, and you're just going to do small little sketches of all of these pictures, fit as many as you can on 1 page. You might have to photograph and send me several pages, but you're going to get those done. Here's a little sample. Get some pictures drawn on there. And this is just going to help me see where you're at level-wise of drawing and what we can do and how I can challenge you on some other projects as well. So get those drawn. If you want to color them, go for it. I will give you some extra credit for coloring them. If not, pencil sketches are fine. Just make sure when you send me that photo that your name is on there and I can see everything clear. If you're having problems drawing one of the items, you can write what it is if you think I might not know what it is, all right? So that's optional. I should be able to guess what they are, all right? Any questions? Call me, text me, okay?